Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ask Prashanthi. I'm your host, Prashanthi Vedi. I'm an immigration attorney, and I'm dedicated to helping you navigate the sometimes challenging and often rewarding world of U.S. immigration law. In this show, we will tackle your questions, those questions that are real pressing concerns that you have about visas, a green card, citizenship, and everything in between. We pull questions from our channel right here on YouTube as well as on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and of course, all those excellent submissions from our website. So if you have a burning questions, make sure to submit it. You might just hear it answered on a future episode. So let's start by answering our first question. First question is from Osama Elbana. It's from an email. And the question is, I want to ask if I'm qualified for EB1 and how much it will cost me. Let's talk about whether you're qualified or not. Let's talk about the general qualifications for EB1. So there are different kinds of EB1 green card categories. The first one is EB1A, individuals with extraordinary ability. You must demonstrate that you have extraordinary ability in the sciences, arts, education, business, athletics, through sustained national or international acclaim. So you have to show that you have sustained international or national acclaim in any of these categories. You don't require a job offer, and you must meet at least three of the 10 criteria that I'm going to talk about. You have to show evidence of, or you can show one time major achievement such as a Pulitzer Prize, Oscar, blah, blah, blah. But those basically the examples of the criteria that you need to meet are awards or prizes for excellence, membership in associations requiring outstanding achievement, published material about you, maybe in magazines and newspapers, original contributions that you've made of major significance, higher salary compared to others in the field. If you've judged others' work, that counts as well. Some of at least the eligibility criteria. So if you have at least three of those eligibility criteria, you qualify for EB1A, extraordinary ability. The other one is EB1B, which is outstanding professors and researchers. So this is a little lower level than extraordinary. You just have to be outstanding, not extraordinary. You should be internationally recognized for outstanding achievements in a specific academic field. You have to show that you have 3 years of experience, either teaching or researching that field, a job offer for tenure track or a comparable research position, and you must meet some of the following criteria: major prizes and awards, memberships and associations, again, published material, original contributions, authorship of scholarly books or articles, publications, citations, participation as a judge of others' work, etc., etc. The other categories, EB1C, multinational executives or managers. These are executives or managers who have worked for a multinational company. You must have worked outside of the US for at least 1 year out of the past 3 years as an executive. The US employer that is seeking to bring you to the US should have a qualifying relationship with that foreign company. They should have been doing business for at least 1 year and they intend to employ you in a managerial or executive capacity. The next question that we're going to take up is from Balu Keshav. This is from an email. Hi, any predictions for EB1 becoming current? Thank you. So it's hard to predict, as you know, as to EB1, any category, whether it'll be current or it'll be backlogged, retrogressed, or it'll stay the same. But let's look at some basic data to gather more information about this. Currently, EB1 is current for worldwide. There's no backlog. For China, it's January 1, 2023, and India, it's April 15, 2022. So as you can see, India is the most backlogged for EB1. What predictions can I give you from this? Basically, India and China, I think, will continue to face retrogression due to the high demand for the rest of the year, but it is moving slowly month by month. All other categories, EB1 is current and is likely to remain current for the rest of 2025, this fiscal year, which ends on September 30th. Um, we can expect faster movement in the EB1 category for all categories, including India and China, in the starting of the next fiscal year, that is October 2025. The next question is from James Cadiz, and this is from LinkedIn. What is the best route to take to getting a work visa for a tennis coach with a year left on F1? What question should I ask if I'm looking for a new employer who I want to help me get a work visa or green card? So, question is how to get a work visa for a tennis coach. For a tennis coach seeking to work in the US, the best visa option available is, we can think of a few categories. One is P1S, so supporting personnel for a P1 athlete. Who's this for? Generally for coaches, trainers, and other essential support staff or athletes or teams who are coming to the US under a P1 visa. So if you're coming under a P1 visa, you're coming as part of a team and you are the coach in that team, then you're likely to get a P1S visa as a coach. So you must be an integral part of the team as a coach. You must have skilled experience that is not readily available in the US, and the team should be internationally recognized. This is best for coaches working with elite or professional level tennis players or teams. The other category is the O1A visa, which is individuals with extraordinary ability in athletics. This is a non-immigrant visa. Not This is the same criteria as EB1, slightly lower, but it's not for a green card. It's for a O1A, a non-immigrant petition. So if you're a coach with a record of extraordinary achievement in tennis, you might get an O1. You must demonstrate national or international acclaim, have awards and honors, memberships in elite associations, published material about your work, high salary, original contribution in the field, and you must be a highly accomplished coach with a strong portfolio and media presence. The other option is, of course, the H1B, but this is less common because usually a tennis coach may not require a bachelor's degree in a specific field. And this is cap subject, it's competitive, and it's hard to get. You might also consider getting a B1 as a short-term visa, but this is not for employment. And you might also consider the EB1A option or EB2 national interest waiver option if you're looking for a green card. The next question is from Chandra. It's from our website. The next is, hello team, is there any premium processing for perm before I-140 processing? If so, what is the cost involved and what are the details? Unfortunately, Chandra, there is no premium processing available for perm cases. There is premium processing available for I-140, but not for perm. It usually takes 8 to 12 months for the Department of Labor to process your perm application. And if there is an audit, it can take longer. And if it gets denied and it goes to BALCA and you're filing an appeal, it can take even longer than that. So unfortunately, no, there is no premium processing for perm. This next question is from YouTube, handle at AASKNR. And this is a comment on one of my videos. I have a question regarding the H1B petition process. For a first time H1B filing, under the evidence of available position section in the evidence attachments, would including a job posting along with a photo of the notice board and links to the company website and LinkedIn job listing be considered a strong example? I'd appreciate your insights. So the question he's asking is with reference to a H1B petition, since you have to show that there is availability of work, the employer has to show availability of work. in that instance is proof that the company or the employer advertised for that position on their website or on LinkedIn or a job posting help to show that there's availability of work. So while a job posting or notice board posting or LinkedIn job posting could be one example to show that there was actually an open position for this particular job, more importantly, you have to look at the nature and volume of the business, the taxes, meaning the money, the revenues that the business is making, contracts to show that they have sufficient work, sufficient availability of work to or need to hire this additional professional. Especially in a consulting company scenario, it becomes crucial because your work is directly related to contracts that you have with your end clients as they're being placed at an end client site. In these instances, they're always asking for work orders, contracts, vendor letters, etc. And this brings us to an end of another episode of Immigration Insights. I truly hope the questions we answered today helped shed some light on your immigration journey. Remember, understanding your options is the first step to a successful application. Thank you. Hello, all. Hope you liked the earlier episode of Ask Prashanthi. If we missed your question last week, don't worry. We will cover it in the next week's episode. We're ready for your new set of questions. So just follow the link in the video description and drop your question there. See you next week.